What's up, guys? Welcome back to the shop. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at my hydraulic press. Earlier this week I had a comment. One of my subscribers asked if I'd give him a look at the hydraulic press and give a little few specifications on it or whatever, and I said yeah, sure, why not, let's do it. So here comes the video idea. I hope you guys enjoy it and I hope you like the hydraulic press. I made it myself. Sometime last year. This is actually the second version I've made. Alright guys, so this is the hydraulic press that I got. Ignore the mess everywhere. That's just the shop. It's nighttime right now. About 8 o'clock at night here where I live. And this is just this is the power hammer that I have, that I made here, because honestly, power hammer, I keep saying power hammers. That's my power hammer. I keep saying it. Let's look at it. That is my power hammer. I made it, the first thing I ever made. I do not like how it works, therefore I do not use it. I just use the hydraulic press for most everything I do. It works, it has power, but I don't know, I'm just not a fan. I eventually do want to get one, but a professional one that actually works. I am not a mechanic. I do not know how to do any of this stuff. So here I got my hydraulic press that I use. This is Flux, and these are the different dies that I made to. These are different dies that I made to use with it. These are drawing dies to draw it vertically, and these are drawing dies that I made to draw it horizontally. Put the blade on and give it some width and give it some length with this. And those are just my flattening dies that I use just to straighten out what I'm doing or flatten what I'm doing. And here on this side I have my 1.5 inch, I guess, angles or whatever they're called. I use them for whenever I do canister Damascus, to be able to squeeze it uniformly. And overall, I'm very happy with it. It works very well. One thing I do recommend whenever you're doing this, if a project like this, get yourself a pump that runs on that runs straight to a 120 outlet. Excuse me. Mine, I wasn't sure what I was doing since it was the first time I ever do anything with hydraulics. So I was searching online, and I ended up running into this through recommendation of a friend, and I ended up buying this. It wasn't until later that I was researching more that I found one that runs on electricity on the same site, and I was like, shit. But now I run it on a battery, but I'll just keep running it like this because I'm not gonna spend an extra $500 on a different pump. So yeah, there's my charger that I used to keep the battery charged. I use that guy. Gotta always connect it, keep the battery charged, that way it doesn't die on me. It'd be better if it ran on electricity, but I am not an electrician, therefore I do not know how to hotwire that thing, so that's how I'm gonna use it. Overall, the construction of this press is, I believe it's 3/8 thick C channel. I got it tied up top. I have it tied up top here with a 1-inch plate that I drilled the hole to hold the piston. Piston wise, I don't know if there's specific pistons we're supposed to use for these, but I bought this one at Rural King here nearby where I live. It ran me about $120 or so. Bought the piston. I got a bottom plate. Everything's tied together with grade 8 bolts, and then it's tack welded on various areas, and that's pretty much it. I got my tubes running from my cylinder, from my reservoir, a tiny reservoir. You'd be surprised it holds enough. It runs into my I'm not sure what it's called, my key, I guess, where I redirect the flow up or down Originally this pump came with a remote, but again I messed up and I ended up getting one that is only one directional, so it would only open and it wouldn't close. It was meant for a trailer, so the weight of the trailer would once you open the valve it would close it. But this one I had to change it up, and that's why I ended up getting this control so I could make it open and close. I originally had gotten a used one from a friend, but it was leaking, so I had to go and buy one. This ran me somewhere above $100, and it made a major difference. And that's pretty much it. It's a fairly simple design. One thing's for sure, whenever you're making one, if you're gonna make one, take into account the forces. If you do not direct the forces in the right direction, which in this point is down, I have these guides in here. I don't know if you can see these guides that I put right here keep it from twisting from the pressure. Without those there, this guy is gonna want to pivot side to side. And for example, if you put something here on the edge, it's gonna want to twist. You get what I mean? It's gonna want to twist, and it's gonna start. It'll mess up your machine. So you gotta take those forces into account whenever you're making one, and also side to side. So the side to side, I put 1-inch plate here in the center so it wouldn't be able to twist sideways. And then I got obviously these guys right here so it won't twist back and forth, which still it wants to every now and then depending on how I'm using it, but I mean, as long as it's sturdy, it should hold. And always be sure to have something to hold your dies in place. If not, whenever you're using it, your dies are going to be moving around on you. You're going to put it, it's going to move it around. You're not going to be able to get consistent presses as you go. It's a little darkish. Same thing up here. And always be sure to keep a lock. My lock is just a simple bolt that's holding this in place to keep it from having very much movement. And down here as well, it just holds it in place, keep it from moving. It's very important, especially whenever you're applying a lot of pressure to the steel. Whenever you compress it, it tends to want to lop over to the sides, and it'll hold on to it, and then you'll be dragging out your piece, and you don't want to touch your piece with your hands, or even with gloves on. They're extremely hot. That's one of the things that I personally like a hydraulic press, because without one I wouldn't be able to do what I do. Machinery wise, I can do it by hand, but it's gonna take a major toll on myself, on my body, and it'll just take a lot longer. So I like to make machinery to help out with that as often as I can, even if I have absolutely no experience. I'm a shitty welder and I have no experience as a mechanic, but I get by with what I can, and if not, I get help from friends or from family. And that's about it I can say on the hydraulic press. It's fairly simple. It's just a little bit of common sense and a little bit of a help. If you know anybody that's good with hydraulics, I have a buddy of mine who worked with semi-trailers that use hydraulics for different systems that they would carry, and he would wire them. So he helped me and showed me how to do this. If not, you might go on YouTube. You might just go on YouTube. You can find anything you need on YouTube nowadays, just about. My brother's making an axe throwing wall, so that's why that's there. And something I've personally been working on over these past couple of days is trying to get my something I've been working on the last couple of days is trying to get this guy up and running. I really could use the help of surface grinder. So I had wanted to make one previously a few months ago, and I did not have the right idea in mind, so it came out unusable. And so this past week I ordered some parts. I ordered some CNC parts, like these rails right here, which I still got to cover them up so dust won't get in them, but I barely got it running today and ready for a test. But I got this, and I got this this dial for the height, and I was having a lot of trouble with getting this guy just right to where it wouldn't throw my belt off, because getting everything straight and level and plumbing stuff is not my forte at all. But she runs fairly well. Let's see. She runs fairly well, and she works. Come on, baby, don't let me down. These machines are very dangerous. What the hell? Alright, let's try that again. Oh, I moved it down. Alright, that happened because I had moved it down to do a test before and to make sure it was running straight. Alright, let's let it stop. Alright, these machines are dangerous. Always take caution whenever you're using them. And use them very carefully. This guy, I had lowered it a lot because I was trying to see if it was running straight, so I put a piece of sock material underneath that was flat and make sure it was running flat. And I forgot about that, so it was still a lot lower than it normally would be, so it just chunked the piece instead of getting stuck. Let's see. Always taking in slow increments. So yeah, pretty much this will be a great addition to my arsenal of tools to be able to make knives as I go. And this will help with the Damascus and getting things nice and straight and ensuring better welds and just cleaning up hand forged knives just in general. It's a simple little guy. I'm still got some work on it to do, but overall I'm very happy with it. Back to the hydraulic press. Talking about money wise, if you would buy a hydraulic press, it'd probably cost you anywhere around the range of $5,000 to $10,000, depending how strong you want it. This one ran me right around, let's see, 5, 6, 7. It probably ran me around the range of $1,200, $1,500 to make. And it has I've never tested the actual strength, but based on mathematics it should have around 12 to 15 tons of force, which is more than plenty to forge welds, as long as you're hot enough. I mean, a couple taps is going to forge a weld, so this will definitely forge a weld. But it's between steel parts and everything, that's roughly about 12 to 1500. I can't tell you the exact number because I don't remember myself, but this it's roughly in that range, which is still, you know, a fraction of what buying one is going to cost you. And if you're starting bladesmith and you don't have very much funds, it's always better to make your own machinery. Same thing with the hydraulic, with the sander over there. It's cheaper overall than buying my own. That would run me a couple grand. This sander that we use, this belt sander that we use, is also, my brother made this one, and same thing. It makes do with what we needed to do. It does a great job, and it's at a fraction of the price if I bought a professional one, which will run me professional one will run me at, on the low end, probably 1,500 to $2,000. On the higher end, probably 3,500 for a professional one. It's simple. It doesn't have very many functions, but it gets the job done and makes knives. It grinds knife. It rips off metal, and that's what I need. But overall, yep, that was a look at some of my tools. Ignore all the garbage everywhere. Been working very, very hard on that guy over there, so I haven't had time to do much anything else. And hopefully, now I got, today's Sunday night, I got Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to produce a video for Thursday because I'm falling behind. Also, we got a new forge. My brother made this, and you'll be seeing this guy in videos more often. And it's a lot bigger than the one we had before, and it should last a good while. And hopefully gets the job done. And I'll be testing it out on the next video, and I'll see you guys there. Alright guys, so that was a quick little tour of my tools and what I have here in the shop. If you want more specific insights on what kind of tools, I mean, everything's run of the mill. You just get it at your local hardware store. You can buy it online. Harbor Freight is your best friend for a lot of these things as well. And that's pretty much it. If you like the video, be sure to like the video. If you're not subscribed already, come on guys, what are you doing? I mean, like 95% of my audience is not subscribed. Come on guys, do me a favor, subscribe. I could really use the help. I'm trying to get monetized here. Throw a dog a bone. Be sure to drop by my description, and in the description I have my my Instagram, my personal and my business Instagram, for where you can follow me along and stuff I do. And if I get more people, I will probably post more often. I forget to post. It's a lot of work, and I forget to take pictures of what I do because I'm busy doing other stuff. But overall, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.